Well, hello out there in Rando Land. Hope you're doing well today. I am Neon Tiger, and welcome to, once again, another match here in our wonderful Link to the Past randomizer tournament for 2025. I promise you, we will get as much of this done in 2025 as possible. Obviously, we're not going to get the whole thing done now, but we are pretty deep into the bracket stage here. This is the third round, and we've got GFE and Skele here playing their first game of this matchup. So, you just kind of get a little bit of a glimpse of how we got here. I think we're going in just a minute anyways, but we'll discuss that as well. Go over the road, how they got here. So GFE and Skele. Let's find them in the group stage as we go. Get kicking here. Looks like a sync start for both, and there's a heart container there hanging out in the sync chest. And we're going to Kakarika. GFE, of course, on the right there, is the Group X winner, undefeated so far in the group stage and the final stage, so has yet to drop a game so far in this tournament. And 2-0 Plasma Kappa last time. There's the poll. It's going to be rupees. So nothing too big and fancy there. Again, we get some more rupees. So a lot of cash for those who want to do it. And of course, this is cross keys. That means that things are going to be mishmashed, entrances and exits. So we head up to Lumberjack Ledge, which is vanilla. And it's just 10 arrows, it looks like, on there. Or 10 rupees. But that is a vanilla Lumberjack Ledge, so that is good to know. As we head into Skull Woods here, going to go drop down. Oh, actually, you know what? We're going to get this check at Smith hanging out in the tree stump there. And we will get to see, of course, some of the other locations here. Get a bomb pack at the mushroom spot. And now I think we're going to get the drop down to, grabbing a little bit of extra cash for the road here. Trying to get up to that. Ooh, GT at the Ganon drop down is going to be in the hideout here in Skullwood, in Lost Woods. That is good data to know. And the fortune teller looks like that's going to be, is that Paradox Cave? Yeah, that's Paradox Cave. Yeah, Nustria pointing out as well that because we have a vanilla drop down at Lumberjack Ledge, we have to have a vanilla drop down somewhere else. There is no swap there. We're going to go in and out here. See Blind Hut. Ooh, interesting. Looks like inside a Spectacle Rock. And by the way, I will say, chat, I appreciate you for any and all call-outs here. Oh, that looks like that's the other vanilla dropout is going to be a well. So this is a nice find. There's the book. Yeah, since I am doing this solo, I am going to try and have to keep tabs on both runners there. 10 arrows in the just behind the bomb wall. There's the bloomerang. Is he trying to grow vanilla field? Maybe. But as we mentioned, GFE getting gear with 2-0 over Plasma Kappa in round 2. And Skele had to go an extra step here. 5-1 Group R winner. Ooh, there's Thieves Town. But has not dropped a set in the group stage yet. A little more cash. 2-0 over BSJ and 2-0 over Dr. Bowser in the last round. So there's Ether. And also, somebody's going to take their first loss in this bracket stage. And potentially, if Skele wins here, GFE will take their first loss of the entire tournament. Got the Fairy Stun prize there. And we've got the Fire Rod as well, showing up there in Thieves Town front. No key, so we're not going to be able to go to the back. And of course, Skele there doing the Death Warp to get out. Yeah, Fire Rod's not too bad here. Good weapon to start with. We don't have Sword, obviously. Uh-oh. Skele, no! Ooh, castle in the Kakariko little hut there. Ooh, and looks like that's Desert East in the chicken house. And Skele's just gonna go take care of this now. GFE also finding the hidden castle here. Yeah, the winner of this matchup, ultimately, between GFE and Skele, not this specific game, but the overall matchup, will face the winner of another very talented pairing. There's the back half of Turtle Rock, and GFE finding it as well. But yeah, Flipheel and Julo Ninja is the other half of this bracket in the quarterfinal. So, very, very stout group here in round 3. So, looking forward to seeing who can advance here. Julo Ninja is up 1-0 on Flipheel right now, but they will have their game 2 coming up sometime in the next year, probably. Sometime in 2026. And the big key of this dungeon. And the small key to Dark Palace is in Zelda. Zelda's prison cell. And Skele is going to Death Warp out. GFE, meanwhile, going back here. Second time. To get that chest in the middle here in Turtle Rock. See what's over the lava chest. Flipeel won earlier. Okay, so it's Flipeel, Julo Ninja was a good one. Okay, cool. So I'm guessing it just means that the bracket's not updated yet. Thank you for the update on that, chat. Appreciate y'all. Of course, we do have some quarterfinals also already going on. Telethar and Zenit are 1-1, unless that also hasn't been updated. Gamachu is awaiting an opponent, I believe, in the quarterfinals. As Skele is gonna get a key to small key to Palace of Darkness, piece of heart. the shovel, as I like to call it. Well, GFE's going checking. There's Ice Palace. Just your average Ice Palace hiding in someone's house. I figured as much. The game 3 is also finished for Teletharn's in it, so. And some rupees there. So, Skele is going to go ahead and work on out. Library is just a fairy. So yeah, after this one, if you want some more rando, as Skele picks up the magic powder in back at the pub there. Yeah, so I'm not going to spoil it either, but yeah, if you want to check out more rando action, go check out those other matches. Go check out Telly and Zenith and Flipilo and Julo. After this one, of course. So yeah, the potion shop is at the Smith, and we know the Smith is in Skullwoods, in Lost Woods. Skullwoods is the Dark World version of that, silly. Yeah, so we do have also of note coming up after this week. If you want to get some rando in for the new year, Hayfield Bay and Jamo's quarterfinal will be on the 31st and the 1st. So that should be a really good one too. Two very good runners. As GFE is now going to be picking up the shovel. And Skele's going to get that big 100 in the middle there. GFE is now going through Desert Palace here. There's a Thief Sound Small. Piece of heart on the torch. So we do not have a boots lock here. Or boots required, I should say. At least not for this. And GFE is going to pop out the left side of Desert Palace, which is Tower of Hera. Oh, that is actually super convenient. That's a very nice find to be able to get up to Death Mountain and get all of these checks done. That's just really convenient access to. You love to see it if you're a runner. Here's the chess game. Gets a little bit of a return on investment there. So Skele's actually going to go do Dig Spot and turns up a big key. Eastern Palace big. Yeah, that could actually be very important once we find where Eastern's hiding. Shovel immediately turning into something useful. There's the Hosphrilla. Up on top of Death Mountain there. C-shaped house down by the lake. Turtle Rock, small key there. back half of Skull Woods is on top of the mountain. You know, Aldera, I don't know that you should keep any number of bombs at home. I think that's unsafe and illegal in many jurisdictions. Just some rupees there, and in the chest at the front. So I think we're just going to see GFE walk this out because we don't have a sword, so we can't go to the back and take care of Mothula anyways. Ooh, Castle Tower. Is a nice find. There are 2 chests in here that you can get access to, which I think is what Skele is going for. It's a TR small key. And actually we don't have that key to get to the second chest, so we're just going to pick up the TR small key and be on our way. And the house-rail has been replaced by the fortune teller. And now we walk in the Eastern Palace, which maybe is going to be the shed. We got the shed. Yeah, meanwhile, GFE happened to do our favorite location here. Good old Super Bunny Cave. There's a sword in there. And a heart. It's a regular heart container, though. But there we go. We don't normally get to see it that way, because usually you just go in through the opposite side. And oh! It spits you out into the dark world. And GFE picking up that 10-pack. So I think I know what this is. This is going to be not what I thought it was. It's the drop down. It doesn't really do anything. And oh, GFE finding the exact same thing out with half the effort. Nice. Picking up some bombs. I was gonna say, does that mean that at the castle is now Bonker Castle? I don't know. Yeah, now we're getting both of them checking out. Ooh. Hype Cave. What wouldn't normally be Hype Cave is not normally not Hype Cave at all. It is no item cave. Minimal Dorm Cave has been replaced by Hype Cave, so it has just moved to a new location, the TR map. Big Key, Tahara, Samaria, Cape, Blue Goo. This, I'm going to say 10 out of 10 on that. That's a lot of important things, a lot of big important things in that cave. There we go. Have not seen have not seen a 10 out of 10 actual hype cave in quite some time. Now, would you like better items? Of course. Sick kid, what are you doing here? Give him the mushroom. Sick kid, get out of the swamp dam. Get out. Go home. It's not a place for you to be ill. Yeah, I mean, you could expect you could get better items out of that hype cave, but that's still pretty good. You're still gonna get some access out of that. So Agina is Pyramid Fairy. Okay. Nothing in there, but that's good to know. So we do have access to go in the front of Desert Palace here. Very interested to see, as we see the piece of heart up on the ledge. We are seeing both runners going to open up this access point to see where it leads us. We know it's not Desert Palace. It's not vanilla. We've already seen where that goes to. That's such a bitter disappointment. It's the Kakariko shed. All that work for 20 rupees and no further access point. But we got a couple of fake flipper setups here. I think we're seeing double mushroom turn in from Skele and GFE. Skele gonna grab the boomerang and flip back to the mushroom here. Oh, synchronized turn-ins. Ooh. Yeah, that's Castle. We've already seen Skele go in there. We know that there's a Turtle Rock small key, so nicely done. Hey, there's Uncle. He's got a small key. Small key to Skull Woods. Uncle, you can't. Uncle, you're can't fry agronym with a small key. Oh, Jiffy's actually going to the back, it looks like. Gonna try and make his way to Dark Cross. Interesting. I think Skele's gonna go wrap around and check Ice Rod Cave and a bunch of other locations here. Yeah, with that sword and with the fire rod, we can do this. And it's just a piece of heart. It does have the key too, so it can and will go to the back of Escape to check the 3 chests that are back here. That is one of the drop downs we have not seen yet, is the back of Escape drop down. Skele with a little bit of flourish there. Unfortunately, that doesn't go anywhere. Got a shop there in Ice Rod Cave. I'm wondering, I think there is another location that Skele could have checked over there, but has not. Meyer small key. Here's the map to Desert Palace and bomb pack. So the Meyer small key may be the one thing that we find that we need. Ooh, Skele finding another crossover here. has found where swamp entrance goes to. And there's Paradox Cave in the bomb hut. So kind of doing some exploration here in the Dark World. Finds a small key to Skull Woods on top of where Bumper Ledge spits out. Yeah, this is the hard part. I say it all the time, but really hard to I should say really easy to forget that. Okay, so that's a little bit more data there. That looked like that was Graveyard Ledge. Really easy to remember here, and we're seeing Skele have to be really careful. Green male, 5 hearts, can't end bunny form in the Dark World. Yeah, this is exceptionally dangerous here. Doing a really good job navigating here, but it will take 1, maybe 2 hits from the wrong thing to just absolutely put you in a death state, and then you're going back. So you gotta be careful here, especially the mold worms as well. So yeah, GFE is gonna check the back. It's a big key. Swamp Palace big. And there's Graveyard Ledge. Yeah, TR's pendant. You can tell because in the top right corner, top left corner there, right next to the magic bar, is a P, and that is your indication. Thank you, Esme, for pointing that out. That's your indication of whether you're in a pendant dungeon or a crystal dungeon. Which is one of the nice fun things that is just here for cross keys and a couple other similar modes. It's just having that extra bit of data on where it is. There's a Turtle Rock small key for the mushroom pendant turn in. Had to go the long way to do it, but so Blue Dragon is saying, still holding out for Ice Rod Challenge. We had one of those. I think the last match I did, we had one. We had an Ice Rod Challenge. It was not fun. Yeah, with that cane of Samaria that we found in Hype Cave, we got the Fire Rod. So we're gonna go the opposite way of normal, but we can do this. We get to see what's in the roller room here. And then there's the 2, and here we go. Yeah, we do have the capes. That also may be an indication there's something here. Moon Pearl, yep. And the second sword. Beautiful read by GFE. That's excellent. Knowing you've got Cane, knowing you've got Magic Cape, that really rupees, just pocket change on Ether. But that's a great seed read there from GFE, knowing what items he has and what that unlocks. And that is very quickly, that is a huge advantage here early. Not to say Skele won't get there, but oh, that's not fun. Yeah, so that's absolutely 100% intended, because that spits you out onto a to a dead end with no way to get there. So that the seed intended 100% for you to take that route, to go backwards through Turtle Rock to get to the roller room and to find Sword and Moon Pearl that way. That is just fantastic read, and actually that's not Sahasrahla, that's the Dark World equivalent. So we're still looking for Saha. Yeah, very, very nicely done by GFE there. And now here's the difference. GFE is going to go into Dark World with the Moon Pearl, so he will get to explore a lot more of these checks that Skele did not get to check because Skele was stuck in bunny mode. So like we'll see GFE go up here to traditional hype cave location. Actually, we are seeing old man rescue. Does that turn on anything? It's a small key. Castle Tower. That's important. Really could be important, but Death Warp there from Skele to get back and get rolling again. GFE's probably going to go up here and check this location, and we'll find what we saw earlier here. That is Paradox Cave. And we'll be able to access Paradox Cave. So, again, this is 7 items that GFE is going to get to check here. Tons of value in this play. Potential value. I say potential value because we just got a piece of heart and a rupee. So, yeah, not the best start, but we still got 5 more chests up here. So, here's a small key to Dark Palace of Darkness and the big key to Turtle Rock. So, to answer Old Man Kernan's question about stingy seed or giving, yeah, I'd say somewhere in the middle. I think the big difference right now is that the seed wants you to go backwards through Turtle Rock, go up with the cape and Samaria and the fire rod to the roller room. And that's where the Moon Pearl and the second sword are. And Skele just picking up his first sword right here in Super Bunny Cave. So it's not a stingy seed if you know where to go and look. And yeah, GFE is gonna grab the Graveyard Ledge item here, and it's gonna be just 10 arrows. So Skele not really missing out on a whole lot. So I would say at the moment, I'd say a very slight advantage to GFE here, simply because of that check. Now, Skele is probably going to make his way up there at some point. I'm not concerned about that. It's just a matter of when. Skele has done a few extra checks here that GFE has not, so GFE is now going to probably be doing those checks. And there's a fairy, and we get to check the house that we never really get to check otherwise. It's the library, but there's nothing of value on top of the shelf. Ooh, that's a big 50, but well, we just found the Turtle Rock big key. There's the Turtle Rock big chest. Yeah, 33 minutes. Actually, you know what? If GFE can find that, can you remember where that back half of Skull Woods is? Maybe we see him go and take down Mothula. I don't know. But it's open now. Oh, oof. Well, maybe not oof, but it is, you know, it is, I was gonna say, it is a location that is within logic here to go into Ice Palace. Not necessarily, I said oof because I was like, you know, it was in Turtle Rock, but not necessarily a bad idea. GFE now checking Skull Woods and not really finding anything at the moment. Drops down into here. We know that's a key. It's always a key. It's how we make sure that the game doesn't create a locked situation. We got the GT map. Everybody loves the GT map. Nice job with the icebreaker there from Skele. Took a little bit extra setup, but still good. Another pod small key. GFE picking up these pod small keys left and right. Maybe if we can find access to that, that might be where we see him go next. But GFE right now kind of just clearing out Skull Woods. Oh yeah, flute. Skele finding the flute. Gonna just warp out though. And it's a nice find. It's not the worst find. And we know that's not vanilla. But I think it's gonna take GFE a bit to go get that flute. But yeah, we do need. Yeah, if you're rooting for Skele here to win this, you do need to see him go do reverse TR as soon as possible, because this is starting to get to the point where maybe we are starting to see some time bleed from this. We know that's where the progression to get you through the Dark World is. That's going to open up a whole bunch of other stuff. I think yeah, he's doing, got the key now. He's doing it. Okay, he's doing it. So Skele fans, if you were hoping for it, here you go. We're reversing through TR right now. Skele is going to get those items. May feel a little bit bad, but shouldn't feel too bad. Ooh, Ice Rod there. In the Dark World. Ice Rod Cave. It's not Ice Rod. It's the heart container. Having to go backwards and successfully rides the Space Mountain backwards there. Good job by Skele. Swamp Palace big. Yeah. There's Hera. Hanging out, I believe, if I saw that correctly, it's hanging out in the game shop there. There's the Hyrule Castle map. Perfectly useless. Yeah, we do have the big key there. There's the bow. That's another solid find there for GFE. He's going to go up to the top, take care of Moldorm. I don't fault him. I think it's a smart call. Oh, Skele went for the powder onto the anti-fairy. Didn't quite get it. Blue mail, that'll be helpful. That's a nice utility find there. Yeah, and Skele's about to go pick up the Moon Pearl and the second sword. GFE finding just some rupees there in the big chest for Hera, but has bigger sights set here. We're gonna go take care of Moldorm here. Hopefully avoid getting checked into the boards. Definitely wants to avoid the penalty box. And Skele about to go pick up that Moon Pearl in Master Sword. Ooh, getting close. Nicely done there. And Skele's got them both. And GFE just picked up some rupees. Importantly, gets a pendant for his troubles. And GV is going to pick up this key here. It was in Spectacle Rock, which is a small key to pod. So very likely gonna need to go there and or Skele now realizing, okay, that was the only way I could do that. It's not often the game logic is that that blatant in saying you had to do it this way, but this feels pretty blatantly like it's telling you, yeah, that was your only option. Small key in Agina, Desert Palace. We got ourselves a good old fashioned and scramble now. We're just trying to find where that next point of entry is for, you know, whatever dungeon we got. GFE, Skele, just kind of back and forth here, checking locations. The other one's already checked. We know what's here. They don't, because they don't have the wonderful ability to see what the other person's been doing. So we're lucky in that regard. But yeah, let's see what GFE digs up here at the game. Finding a whole bunch of cash right now. Items, yeah, not yet. Oop, it's a small key. Is it a useful key? It's a castle small key. Interesting. So yeah, we're at 42 minutes, 18 seconds here. And Skele is cleaning out Paradox Cave, and GFE is going in search of something. We'll see what. Going to desert. Yeah, I hope y'all have been having a wonderful evening here. Here's the Ice Palace big key. As we get these right side checks. Just an empty bottle. Yeah, we're having ourselves a really good round 3 matchup number 1 between these two runners, Skele and GFE. A seat full of happy little accents. Well, yeah, I guess you could say so. Ooh. Okay, so Bonk Rock's there. There's an exit. That's good to know. Of course, make sure to follow these two on the old Twitch there. twitch.tv/IamSkelebro and twitch.tv/GFE12. These two have made it to essentially what is the round of 16. Quarterfinals await the series winner here. GFE going. Ooh, yeah, we did not see that check earlier. Skele skipped that location check, so that is where looks like bumper ledge spits out. So good to know. Of course, couldn't do any of this without our wonderful crew here tonight. So Centroid and Aldera doing the hard work of tracking, and in this game mode it is a lot to keep track of. So we are super appreciative of their hard work tonight here for this match, making themselves available to be here to track. So thank you both so much for being here. I know I appreciate it a ton, and I 100% think that everybody else who's watching this. Do you think cross keys will ever include enemy randomizer? You know, I think probably not. It's a lot of extra stuff to keep track of. Aldera, but I think you know, you already have in cross keys, you've already got locations changing, you've got requirements for keys being out of their dungeons, then you add on top of that you're changing the enemies. You would have to, I think for that you'd have to set some really tight rules on seed generation. We had a logical randomizer. We actually had something that might have to be fixed in logical randomizer pop up in an earlier match that Clearhouse and I commentated, actually, with bumper placements in certain places blocking doors. So you know, this is already tough enough, you know, and you can, if you really want to be that masochistic to yourself, you can do that. But I think for this tournament, I think we probably want to keep them separate because it's a little bit easier for the runners, and also, you know, cross keys logical randomizer would be one game mode instead of two. So you take away a game mode choice by doing that. So I like the option that we have all these different game modes they can pick up and play, and they're kind of like standardized at this point. So it just makes it easier to follow along and makes it easier to take part. Skele, of course, now going to the hair, going to find that bow. You know, there's not really a whole lot here. There is a key up here that would be nice to have, but otherwise, not really having too much there. Turtle Rock, small key for GFE. Gonna walk back out. Yes, yeah, definitely love thyself. Remember, it's a game. It should be fun. If it's not fun for you, find a way to make it fun. This isn't $2 million esports or anything on the line. The community puts on this tournament. It's for fun. It's for fun and bragging rights and fame of being a tournament champion and being the best at what you do. But yeah, only 1 million for the winner. No, look, we gotta be. We can't let it get to their heads. And Skele doing a good job there, avoiding getting chucked into the boards as well. Nice clean shutout there. Clean slate from Skele, picking up the pendant. I was trying to remember where the gloves were. Yeah, GFE just picked them up. I'm just trying to remember where did we see that hobo? Okay, yeah, that would make sense why we just saw it, because that just got, I think that just got routed in. So yes, and that's, you know, it's okay too, like, to ask his questions. I know a lot of people be like, oh, is it okay to ask questions about where items are? Yeah, absolutely. This is a because of this game mode, it's difficult to follow along sometimes, and don't feel bad if you lose track of where items are or anything like that. It can be really confusing. I confuse myself sometimes with this too, so don't worry too much about it. But hey, here we go. Gloves access to Blind's hideout. 5 items back here. GFE again doing a good job picking up some seed clues and hints. Hookshot, yeah, that's a big one. Bombos, that could be big. Desert Palace big is also in here. And Hard Container. So checking Hobo, leading the Gloves, leading the Blinds hideout, leading the Hookshot. I think that's a pretty solid haul there. And Skele taking the rarely seen right side of castle. We do rarely see this. So yeah, for those wondering what's the difference right now, we have the same number of dungeons complete. Both runners have completed Hera completely. Item wise, what's different as far as like items, not including keys or anything like that. We just picked up Ice Palace, big key there for Skele. Looking at the keys, Desert Palace, big key, GFE has that. Let's see what else. There's a couple of keys differences here and there, but items wise, the big difference is left side Skele has flute. That was in Ice Palace. GFE finding mitts on Hobo and also picking up Hookshot from Blind's hideout with the access that those mitts gave. Also has Bombos that may be relevant if we need to get into Meyer or TR front, but that is not necessarily going to be a requirement tonight. So many small pod keys, and yet, where is pod? Where is pod? Skele's about to find out exactly where that spits out. Okay. Has already been here. So yeah, GFE's going to check Desert Big. See if this is an item. It's a compass. It's Eastern Palace compass. It's not what you were hoping for if you were Skele. I mean, if you were GFE. Skele is going to do Dark Cross, though. We know there's not a whole lot that's back here. And there's Hera. Oh, GFE hasn't checked this, but he's going to, because he's got the Master Sword, he's going to actually activate it to get an item, and we know it's just rupees. Skele checked this earlier, so actually, Skele saves some frames there by not having to go through the animation. And here, this is probably also a little bit of extra time here for Skele, is just a lot of these checks he's already done. He's already been all over this side of Death Mountain. And there's GFE finding, or not finding, but refinding the back half of Moth there, Skull Woods, to get to Moth, I should say. And is going to complete this, so about to pick up second dungeon completed. And Moth fight. Gonna be doing this on Master Sword, so may take a little bit longer there. Getting some nice hits there with the Fire Rod. Nice spin damage there. No spike bonks. There we go. And Skele also is now going to be heading to the back here. Doing the exact same thing. Getting rewarded with the blue pendant for his troubles. Now GFE having that hook shot means that he can go across here on to the eastern side of Death Mountain and just take care of all this stuff. Yep, so that should, as Centroid, our wonderful, as Centroid and all our wonderful trackers pointing out there in chat, since we know where the two pendants are, we know where the third one is. Turtle Rock's the green pendant. And that means everything else is crystal. So now begins the great hunt here. Actually, here's something cool. Skele can do this if he finds the mirror. That will open up with mirror access. There's Pod. It's a Spike Cave entrance. Okay. So that's a big advantage here for Skele, is finding that earlier than GFE. There's a Meyer Small. Yeah, this is a nice find. This is item dense location. And it is something that you can complete once you get the hammer. But the hammer could be in here. Could be in this dungeon. Could be French Vanilla. GFE has just found GT, though. Also making a nice find. You want to talk about item dense dungeons and cross keys? This is This is the granddaddy of item dense dungeons. Yep, is at Dark Ice Speed location there. So has to steal the small key. Is going to have to go to the right, though, because we can't go to the left without the hammer. Kelly going through the little hallway of doom there. And yeah, one of these things that we don't get to see too much here. Skele is death warping back to the start. We don't normally get to see tile room, but it can and will come into play. The last cross keys race that I commentated, we talked about it being Ice Rod Hut. You want to guess where the Ice Rod was, kids? Yeah, it was in tile room. There's the hammer, French vanilla. So Skele can now complete this dungeon. Ah, yes, we don't have pod big key though, so that would be something. So we have the items to it. We have the items minus the big key to do it. Big key could still be in this dungeon. It's not likely. It's not likely that it's in here unless it's hiding out in the dark maze. Desert Palace compass though. Gets the Swamp Palace compass. Setting up a death warp, it looks like, there for GFE. Half magic. And Kinburna. So I think GFE now is going to be doing the death warping here. Now Skele is going to be doing the death warping here. Trying to get out of Dark Cross. Yep, and got a nope out for now since we don't have that big key. We know where to come back to, so that's not the issue. Again, this is fun. This is the fun of cross keys, is you get to see things that you don't normally get to see. And Skele is coming up to check. Is this just going to the top and trying to just go? Is this just? Oh, it's just going through the door. Okay, yeah, duh, because this is. Oh. I was like, yeah, that's not normally where that is. Skele doesn't have hooker boots, so can't go across. Just going to the top and finding out that the location is the top castle. Not really finding anything here for GFE. But this looks like that's going to be Old Man Rescue for Skele, which pops out right side Desert Palace. GFE now going to grab the Skullwood small key off of Uncle that he very unsuccessfully attempted to slay the Dark Wizard with. And Skele is going to go into Skullwoods here. We don't have the big key, so we can't open up the big chests, but we're going to get some location checks. Maybe not. Yeah, I don't think our runners have made bad choices as far as routing this game. Both of them have found items that the other runner hasn't found yet. It's just a matter of, you know, when does someone go here, when does someone go there. But they both made solid routing choices, solid gambles. I think GFE's read a little bit more closer to what the seed was intending, but Skele still made some decisions and some risks that have paid off quite a bit. So we're kind of back to a neutral state here, and it really depends on, you know, when does GFE go into pod, and do we have the big key when that happens? Does Skele go check Hobo right now with the fake flipper and pick up the mitts? Maybe. Or is he's just going to Dark World here? Yeah, he's going to Dark World. Okay. Yeah, we're far from over. We're far from even started. An hour and 6 minutes in. Hey, there's Spike Cave relocated to the cave outside of Vanilla Pod. I think that's one of my favorite things about cross keys. One of my favorite things about cross keys is just the exploration and getting to see locations and places that you forget exist in this game in the speedrun version, because desert ice red crystals, good to know. So we also know that in the event there is a pyramid fairy entrance dungeon, it's not desert, which we already know, and it's not ice, which actually we already know. So for Skele, that probably is not very helpful in the long run. GFE though is going to check Catfish, aka the Run Killer. Nobody else calls it the Run Killer except me right now, because especially for GFE, he's already been up to Zora, so this is otherwise isolated. Good to see him get there now. It's a big 300, so it's not an item, but CD improv is correct. Every so often, Catfish has things, and every so often, it's the item you need to do the thing. And you do everything else except go to the catfish. You have an extra 20 minutes to your run because you decided to check everything else first. All right, let's see. Let's see what's on the pyramid. What's on the ledge today? Is it something good? It's the mitts. It's the other mitts. So Skele now has the power glove, but GFE about to pick up the Titan's mitt. Yeah, I think Skele's going to Spike Cave now. Excellent observation there, cross saves. Is GFE going to go to Spike Cave too? Yeah, GFE is also going to Spike Cave. Or actually did not know it was Spike Cave and is about to find out that that's Spike Cave. All that for the pod compass. Yeah, it doesn't have hammer, it doesn't have, well, has magic cape, could do that. Could use that. But yeah, not having that hammer means GFE cannot check it. Does know it exists there now, though. And it's going to get the same info that Skele has. But Skele is going to go up and check catfish. So both runners taking care of the catfish problem. We will not have that be what decides this race. So thank goodness. So yeah, so for those wondering, we'll give a quick rundown here at 111. Skele and GFE still going at it. Looking for locations here. Pod had French vanilla hammer, so it was the hammer was in the dungeon, but it was not in the big chest. Pod location is up at Spike Cave. Vanilla, well, what would be vanilla Spike Cave entrance? So right there on the western side of the mountain. Flute is in Ice Palace. Skele did dive Ice Palace with to get the flute. GFE's not done that yet. GFE does have Titan's Mitt, while Skele only has Power Glove. GFE picking up the second mitt at Hobo. And Skele's actually going back in. Yep, he can finish it now that he has the hammer. Can finish that dungeon. So, yeah, this is not a bad call. And GFE getting that castle tower small. Nicely done for the second time tonight. Nice icebreaker there from Skele. Yeah, Hookshot was in Blind's Hut, which was behind a giant rock. The giant rock that is normally how you get into Bumper Cave. That's the entrance that leads to Blind's Hut, and the hookshot One of the, I think it's Desert Big and Bombos are the 3 important items. Meyer Big. Yeah, GFE really hasn't been to Dark World Death Mountain very much, so has not, is there now. So potentially we could see that, we could see him find Pod. Ooh, we're gonna get TR. Access needed is Ether. So we got that one. That's Spiral Cave, it looks like. Ooh, there's the dam. It's all the way on East Dark Death Mountain. Ooh, that's a big one right there. Flippers for GFE. Spiral Cave. So that puts Hobo within logic. There's Checkerboard Cave. It's got Fury in a bottle. Meanwhile, Skele going to town. Cold Stare did not stand a chance. Beautifully executed ice fight. Gets bombs out of it, but more importantly, picks up the crystal, one of the red crystals. Here's our first crystal. 1 hour and 16 minutes in. Excellent. That's just cross keys for you. Ooh, there's waterfall. Chock full of bombs. Yeah, I was wondering about that cross staves. I haven't seen a lot of people I don't think use that, but it is nice to see. Is the second game going to be today? No, the second game, Himurao, will be tomorrow. Same time tomorrow. It'll be Tuesday, 10 p.m. Eastern, 8 p.m. Mountain, 7 p.m. Pacific, 9 Central, whatever it is in your time zone. Yes, but we do have game 2 coming up tomorrow. I believe it will be back. I'm not sure it's scheduled yet. I wouldn't be surprised given that. Oh, we're going to see Skele pick up. Brazil. Okay, so I think it's 2 hours PST -3, so I think it's going to be. I think it'll be closer to midnight for you, if my math is correct, remembering what everyone's time zones are. Because I have friends who live in Brazil, so I've had to memorize that. So it should be around midnight your time. But yeah, GFE has found Meyer, so that's a big. Yeah, 3 a.m. UTC. There you go. Thanks so much, Ego. Yeah, GFE's in Mire now. So we did pick that. We did pick up that entrance, and Skele's found GT. So this will be a little bit more of an in-depth check as well, because Skele is going to be able to check the left side with that hammer. So we'll get more of an idea of what's over there. There's a GT small key. You just just saw in the chat. Skele's got a small key on GFE while entering. Well, that might be a little bit equalized now. For the moment, but we do know Skele will probably go pick that up at some point going through Mire. Yeah, GFE's gonna need that hammer still. Gonna have to go with pod. I suspect since we're up on Death Mountain, GFE will go there. There's the mirror. It's in Mire. Big fine for GFE. So now begs the question: Are we in item no mode? Do we have all the items, not counting the keys? Obviously, we still have quite a few keys. Do we have all the items we need to complete the rest of the game? Where we would just need we just need the remaining keys to do it. Ice Rod, maybe. Yeah, we do count keys in this mode, so we're not in go mode for sure. Yeah, but that becomes a question of what else do we need. So we've got, what else could still be out there? We know. Yeah, Tiara's pendant, so we might not need the Ice Rod. That's a big part of what I was thinking with that. Normally we would need that, but boots. There's Zampy in chat mentioning boots are high odds that we might need them for a dungeon entrance. I think so. I think we could still need boots. We still need Quake to get into Mire, and there's an entrance in Mire that we need to get to. Ped checked. We haven't had a ped check yet. And it could be a case that there could be a big key for a dungeon like Pod or something like that. GT big key. What dungeons are we looking for still? I believe we're looking for Eastern is on the to find list. Swamp is on the to find list. Thieves Big. We still need Thieves Big key for that dungeon. Pod Big. If there's something logically that we need in Skull Woods Big, that could be a possibility. I would doubt it at this point, but you never know. Meanwhile, GFE is going to be going to desert. We've already kind of seen what's back here. We know it's not a whole lot of useful stuff for Skele, but he's going to clear it out anyways. GFE going to the back, going to take care of Desert Palace. Nicely done there for GFE, picking up his fourth sword. Actually, he's already got all the sword upgrades, so that will be a nice find. And that's Mimic Cave. That's Mimic Cave for Desert Pack half. That's a mean location. Going through the brother's house. I think GFE is about to find himself some pod action here. Yep, here it is. And there we go. GFE's got pod. Does not have the pod big. We still are missing that. So a lot of questions. He's not going to be able to clear it without the big key. Yeah. Should pick up the hammer here, so that will be a welcome find. In fact, he's going to get it pretty quickly here. Skele is going to go do the check, find its ether. Here's the hammer for GFE. Skele is checking all these wonderful spots that we've already seen. Oh, no. Oh, I know, Skele. I know you don't want to do Spiral Cave. Yep, if I remember right, it's Meyer Big is Ice Palace, but he's got to go do that eventually. Okay, and Skele is gonna pick this up and get the flippers, and that may point Skele to go do Hobo. The check that he hasn't done yet. It's kind of isolated at this point, but you know, you're looking for flips, you're looking for mirror. You're gonna find one here. Maybe you think the other one's hanging out there. Here's the flippers for Skele. Is anything boots locked? I'm gonna say, as far as we know, no, but an entrance could be boots locked. There could be an entrance that's boots locked for, like, Eastern Palace. Could be behind a. It could be behind a location that is, you know, you need. It could be like, you know, like a bonkable location, like King's Tomb, for example, or something like that. Yeah, it's not Bonk Rocks. We know. If I remember right, Bonk Rocks is. Oh gosh, what is it? It's a silly location. It's not somewhere where either of these runners will go. But Skele is going to get those Titans mitts here in just a second. There we go. So yeah, now the difference between the two is GFE has Mirror, which is in Mire. Skele has Flute, which is in Ice Palace. And the two swords. Yes, that's correct. The the two-sword advantage that GFE's got over Skele right now. There's Meyer, of course. Once again, we saw it earlier. It's an ice palace. So Skele is about to go pick up that that mirror bug net. Thieves Town map. There's the ice rod. Sorry, everybody. Your ice rod hunt dreams are a little bit dashed. But, you know, if we gotta go pet on something, if there's a key pet has, that could be useful in the future. We still have Mirror Ped to look forward to. Nope. Mirror is in Meyer. It's on the right side. Skele's going to pick it up here in just a minute or two. But yes, we could have a key that's hanging out on Ped. That could be the thing. And we got two options for that. Pod Big is missing. Thieves Big is missing. Either of those could be on the Ped. And we will need both of those to complete this seed. Yeah, so yeah, Mirror is about to be picked up here in just a moment for Skele. Not the big chest. It is in one of the smaller chests here. In fact, it's right over here. So GFE is checking left side here. We've already seen there's not really anything important here. But Skele's going to go. I think Skele's going to go after Vidi. So what is the big brain play? Well, that's a good question. I don't know. I kind of feel like big brain play. Go beat Turtle Rock. Go beat Trinex. See what item Trinex drops. See what the green pendant turn in is. You got good odds that one of those might be a big key for one of your missing dungeons. Could be boots. We've already seen Laser Bridge, and we know that because we had to go backwards through Turtle Rock to get to the front. We know that it's nothing. There's no item there. Have we found Swamp? Yeah, we need Swamp Small too. But yeah, you've got two with Ice Rod here for, you know, if you were a Skele and you had Ice Rod, then yeah, you're probably thinking give Trinix a shot here. Could lead to something. Could lead to two somethings. I like how chat's always hoping hoping for something on Ped. Like y'all just love to see these people have a miserable Monday night. I know it's fun every once in a while, but as a runner, you know, frustrating item locations are like the least fun thing about randomizer. Yeah, we've already seen this from GFE, so we know that Skele's not going to find anything super useful here. In fact, really bad exchange rate. Smith. Yeah, Smith. That's one we haven't seen. Oh, Skele's going to go check Meyer now. I've been waiting for this one for a while. So yeah, we've got Shed. It's Quake Meyer. That may be completely useless. There's the Hostrula. Found him finally. He's got 3 stuff. There's the lamp. Big key, Dark Palace. There it is. Pod Big in Sahasrala's closet. That's huge. That's a huge find for Skele. His Mimic Cave as well. Yeah. That's the other big brain play too, I think. Good call. Yeah. We brought Meyer up a long time ago, but we needed Titansmiths to do it, and we just picked him up for Skele not too long ago, so that put all of this into play. Let's back a desert here. It's King's Tomb. Compass, Turtle Rock. So the bad news could be Swamp or Eastern is in Meyer. The Meyer location. And that would mean we would need Quake. There's Swamp, in fact. It's east, the often forgotten Meyer East entrance. There's Harris Small. So yeah, we don't have that Swamp Small. We can't go any further. We have the location now, though. And a lot of these locations, again, like this cave that's over here. Yeah, GT Big is also one that we need to find, so we still have 2 bigs that we need to find. There we go. It's another dungeon down for GFE. Now we're gonna turn our friend in here. Harmless Hellway is nothing. Gonna wrap back around here. Skele's gonna try and looks like jump across to get to the big chest. See if he's got that flute now, having completed Ice Palace. Game is starting to tighten up. Ice Rod is in Hookshot Cave. There's Quake. That could be huge. You know, I don't like the fact that Myers Shed was the Hostrala, which had the Pod Big. Pod Big gets you Quake. Quake is the medallion you need for Meyer. I don't know if I'm sniffing something out here. I don't like that. That's a possibility that Eastern is behind Meyer entrance. GFE, meanwhile, is going to take on Trinex here. So this could be interesting. It's going to be very interesting because he's going to get green pendant off of this. It's also going to give him PED access if he wants to check that. He does have Smith, and Smith is in... The Smith location is all the way up in Lost Woods, so routing wise, you can do that. You can do PED check. Why is this Smith and Turtle Rock? Because we're taking him home the long way. Meanwhile, Skele is going to take on the Helmosaur King here. GFE is going to open up Turtle Rock. It looks like going to take the Turtle Rock entrance. And we'll see what that gets us. Be a nice fight here from Skele on the Helmosaur King. Big key, GT big key. That's one of the ones we need. But GFE's also going to find that when he gets in the Desert Palace. It is the front of this pub. Wah, wah. That's Skele looking good right now. He's got GT big key. That's sorted. He's got Quake. He can get into Meyer if he needs to. He's going to get Ice Rod here in just a moment. There's Ice Rod. So now, if you're GFE, you go turn the little man in here. Do you... Oh, yeah, do you dare go check PED? I think you do. Small key for GT. It's not the key we were looking for. Just a piece of heart there for the Smith. We carry on. GFE is now going to the Meyer area. Skele is going to check TR here. Not a bad call. Just based on what each runner knows, these are locations they haven't checked yet. He's got green pendant turned in, but it is nothing. He is going to get pod big, though. He will get pod big out of this and the lantern, and he will find Swamp Palace. I think we're getting close to the point. You just go back. I don't know. If I'm Skele, you just go back to... you just go back to Meyer, open it up, and see what's inside the entrance? I feel like there's enough hints there that with what you found that might be the play. Because we're running out of locations where, you know, we haven't checked. Either runner hasn't checked that Eastern could theoretically be. And it could be Eastern has Thieves Town big. Oh, Skele is going to get a back half a desert here. Yep. There we go. So we got Swamp Small still to find. GFE's just about to walk into Swamp Palace. It's gonna find out. It's gonna say it's not a key to this dungeon. It's gonna walk back out. But yeah, if you're Skele, I think I feel like you have to take the gamble based on what's left to do. I think you have to take the gamble that something is behind that Meyer entrance. It might be Eastern, and that may be picking up the fourth sword here. That might have one of the two items you need, either Thieves Big or Swamp Small, but GFE is going to go ahead and play the big bomb game here too. This is another interesting possibility. He's got flute. He's going to 6. Going to 4. Alright, let's see what's behind Pyramid Fairy here. One of the few remaining locations. Is it Eastern? It is Chicken Hut. But Chicken Hut's got an item in it. What is this item? Is it a big key? It's a small key. It's a Meyer small, though. Skele going to Skele's doing K45. Okay. Yeah. K45, we haven't seen where this goes. It's just a great fairy. GFE's finally going back to do Spike Cave. We know there's nothing in here for that. We know that's just a shop, so... Locations are thinning down. entrance locations and item locations. He's gonna go turn in the smith. We know that's not the answer. He's gonna do hammer pegs. GFE's going back into Mire. Oh, it has to complete Mire. Yeah, that's right. Has not beaten Vid. He hasn't gone to the back yet, but this should be pretty quick. What's that, hammer pegs? It's the K45, and it's going to be the red mail. And we're just not going to grab it. Interesting. Going to 8. Oh, he's going to go. Yeah, he's going to take the warp up there. Take a quicker route. So yeah, boots could be required if we got to go to King's Tomb to get to Eastern. That is not off the table. Or if that's like where, like the small is. What's on Lumberjack Ledge? Just 10 arrows. So we know it's in its vanilla location as well, so we know that's not going to be required. Skele's going to go check. I think Skele's going to go check Ped. It's going to find out it's a GT small. Just this will knock that out. So knows that doesn't have to get all 3. Going to 3. Going over 2 hours, of course we are. It's a Kruskis. Oh, purple chest. Purple chest. We haven't seen purple chest. That's one that's still on the menu. Vidi, meanwhile, going down on GFE's side. Ice Palace map. Picking up a crystal. What do we got here? It's a map. Okay. Okay, this might be Bomba's check. So Skele, the one thing I like about what Skele is doing here is a lot of cleanup. And this is important because it's removing locations from the map that otherwise... Where is he going? Oh, GFE is going to check Bombos. What do we got? We got a key dropping? Yeah, we do. There it is. That's Steve's. That's Steve's big. Oh, that's big. That's huge. Skele's gonna do it. Skele's gonna open it up. Nicely done from GFE though. Nice check there. So Skele Doesn't need that key right now. Not, it's huge for GFE. It's not a backbreaker for Skele though. We're finally gonna get to see what's in Mire. Is this Eastern Palace? If this is Eastern and the Swamp Small has... Yeah, it is. Yep, it's Eastern. There it is. Finally found it. We know where all the dungeons are now. I have a feeling that Swamp Small's in here. It almost has to be in here. Skullwood's map. Yeah, that quake was just... It was too much of a flashing red light for me not to think that this was where it was. Because the only other place I could think of it being would be in King's Tomb. And I can't imagine that if Eastern Entrance was in King's Tomb, that this would not be boots to tell you to go there. We gotta figure out where the Swamp Small is. The Swamp Small could still be in the back half of Thieves Town. Logically, if Skele's thinking unchecked locations, you could do a very quick check of Bombo's tablet and get that Thieves big. One more check here. Magic Bat? I guess GFE's going to it. Got the hook shot out. Had the powder out for a second. He's going to go into Thieves Town. So, Eastern. If it's not an Eastern, it would almost have to be in back half of Thieves Town. And friends, we're going to find that out very quickly here. But yeah, GFE's biggest problem right now is that Quake Medallion's required and he does not have it. He has not gone back into the pod to find it. It's in the big chest. So, all things considered, I'd rather be Skele right now. I think if you were asking me who would I rather be, I'd rather be Skele right now because you have less things to find to be in go mode. And based on where you're at right now, you're more likely to make that Bombo's check to get thieves big. And I think GFE is to make the dive back into pod right now. Skullwood's big. That opens up Skullwood's big chest. Maybe having Swamp Small. But yeah, GFE will go back into pod at some point here. Has to go back in to finish off the dungeon. But it's just that's such a long wait to do that. Yeah, I mean, if I was Skele right now, I'd be thinking, I have a location. Bombos is right here. I could check that. Get that off the board. If it's nothing, it's nothing. Yep, mirroring. So maybe getting the flute out. Gonna flute to 4. I think if we see a flute to 4, flutes to 5. Oh, he's doing a big red bomb check. Thieves big chest is not it. So that leaves blind as the only possible location in Thieves Town that this small this swamp small could be. If it's not, we got some options here where we're going to go next if we're GFE. You're at the 2-hour mark. Thanks for being here, everybody. It's late, especially on the East Coast. Thank you for being here. Love having you here on a Monday night. This round 3 matchup between Skele and GFE. Cross keys. It's been a slog. But, yeah, we're still here. Hera Basement, GT Climb. Yeah, it's still very late Monday where I'm at, but it is Tuesday morning for a lot of y'all. Boots would open up some new locations. Skele, here we going to check GT Big Chest. There's gotta be a GT Big Chest here. GFE's going to Hera to go check the basement. Do the runner stream on a delay or anything? Nothing really more than a few seconds, so. Skele's going to check GT Big Chest. GFE's checking Hera Basement. We're getting all the locations today. It's a compass for Skele. What about GFE? Big rupees up. Skele's gonna do the climb. Is this chat? Is this the Moldorm 2 game? Is this the Moldorm 2 chest? Is this what you crave? Yeah, for Skele, this you gotta do climb anyways. You may as well do it now. It's not the worst thing in the world. GFE is gonna check Skull Big. That is also not it. So my feeling is that Skele is not looking for thieves big. Skele is looking for swamp small. I think that's the play here because it's more. I think it's more logical that swamp small is here rather than it be Thieves Town big up here. But you know, we know that's the case. Runners don't. This is the category where you get to check all of the places. This is where really having like game knowledge is super important. GFE is doing pod, so we'll get Quake and give him access to go to Eastern next. Who's actually ahead? I think right now, based on we know where item locations are, we know what we're still missing. I would personally say Skele's ahead right now, but it's gonna depend on where that swamp small is. We know it's gonna be. We know because of that, it's gonna be It's gonna be go mode swamp palace. Can it be? Can it be vanilla? No. We've seen both runners have opened the first small chest. It was the Hera small key in there. Ice Palace small. Oh, that's heartbreak. You get that small key and you're just like, is this the one? Is this? Oh, he gets Moldorm 2 checked into the boards there on Skele's side. That's just annoying, really, more than anything else. Got knocked into the boards. All right, Moldorm 2 chest, small key. It's the shield. Oh, it's not on climb. Thankfully, that doesn't matter. Both runners are going to have to do this, so there's no time loss on Skele's side. Can Ped be it? Nope. We know Ped is a GT small key, and we don't need it. Only gets one on that first round of 3. Another one. Yep. So what else is left? The Swamp Small is not in TT. A lot of really ugly options. Some of which are boots locked, and we don't have the boots. But I think that presumes that the boots are somewhere in Overworld and not somewhere in Swamp. Is Ganon Hole a location? It might be. This might be, it's Magic Bat. Yeah, it's a location. This could be it. Is it? Nope. GFE is about to find Eastern Palace, though. So, the, Skele's gap is winnowing a little bit. Not a whole lot yet. Ooh, I'm just trying to think here. If you're Skele, man. Yeah. Boots might be left side swamp. Why do we have to climb GT? Because we need to beat GT to get to get the chests anyways. Yeah, it could be here. Could be the second chest. Yeah, we know that I was gonna say we know there it is. It was the second one in the castle. Okay. Oof. Yeah, hold on to your butts, everybody. This is gonna be a This is gonna be a close one, huh? So we're in no mode. Thieves Town Big Key's on the Bombos tablet, which even if Skele full clears this, it should be like if I'm thinking here, because it's a location I haven't checked that's right near where I'm at, my thought would be go do that one first and then go worry about King's Tomb, then go worry about other locations. But I am not Skele, so yeah, it's still an advantage Skele because GFE has still got to do the GT climb. But this will eat up a significant part of the lead with the extra checks that we're doing here. But yeah, GFE still got to go to Castle to do Swamp, and still has to go do GT. GT does not have to climb its fast cannon. Oh yeah, that makes that even worse. GT small key. Oh, man, if you're Skele, do you? I don't know. I don't know. Oh yeah, it's so painful without boots. And also, he's just not getting the diver down here quite right. There we go. There's the second one. There's the silvers. That will help. So now it really just becomes, Skele, do you say no to left side swamp and just go check Bombos, which is not going to be the logical decision here? Or do you go do left side swamp, not find the thing you're looking for, and then burn even more time? GFE actually pulling ahead on crystals now for a temporary moment. And now we're even on crystals. GFE has to do Swamp Palace. It's a Swamp Small. It's in Castle Tower. Skele needs Steve's Town big. It's at Bombos. What's the play here? Oh, he's going back in. Oh no. Oh, this is all-time loss. All-time loss right now. And GFE is gonna climb though, so that will. I was gonna say, yeah, a little bit of a less painful moment here for Skele because the climb is going to take some time. This is gonna bleed time for Skele. Skele did have time to bleed, but again, this is just gonna be extra minute or two that's gone off of his lead. If he'd gotten Bombos, we'd already be on the way. Yep. It's not over yet. Certainly not over yet. GFE is actually going to be checking, I think, a lot of the same things that we saw Skele check earlier. At least going to go get the big. This is, yeah, he's got the mirror. He's gonna go back. He's gonna back out. Okay. Yeah, he's climbing. There's the mirror shield. GFE is climbing. 10 arrows. So Skele has cleared swamp. Needs to go to Bombos to get in the go mode. getting the flute out. Are we going? We going to 4? We're going to 3. Oh. Oh no. We're thinking green pendant turn in? Oh. Come on, Skele. You know you can check all these locations. Yeah, this is just more time loss. GFE is climbing somewhat, so this is mitigating some of the time loss. Yeah, thankfully Skele did check pad and knows it's not up there. I think just making the item density play here probably, which I can see it makes sense. If you don't know what we know, it makes a lot more sense to do this, but get that. Where are we fluting to, friend? Well, we're turning that in. I guess that. So there's not really anything. If we don't have boots, then the only thing that's really left is I don't even know where boots are at this point. But no, he's not gonna like that. But yeah, without boots, we can't get King's Tomb check. Which who knows what entrance that is. Oh, where are we going here? Castle Tower is in the light world. Hey, Zalga. Thank you for the raid, friend. We're 2 hours and 17 minutes into what is ultimately a very painful seed here for Skele and GFE. I think we're finally about to get go mode, though. But yeah, Raiders, this is game 1 of round 3 between these two. It's the very first match, and Skele is about to find his go mode item, the Thieves Town Big Key. GFE is looking for Castle Tower chest number 2. That is where the Swamp Small is, and I think GFE is about to go over there right now. There's the Thieves Town Big Key. Skele's in go mode at 2 hours 18 minutes. Finally in go mode. All you gotta do now is clear out Thieves Town. We did see Skullwood's big. It was rupees. So yeah, it's $20. So yeah, that is a fantastic question. I have no clue what's left to check where we could find those boots. And there's the Swamp Palace Small. GFE is now in go mode. He will have. It's gonna be go mode Thieves Town versus go mode Swamp. And Skele's already started Thieves. This is gonna be pretty close, guys. It is. I think it's very slight advantage Skele, but it's gonna be close. Because Swamp is going to be very quick here from GFE. And Skele's got a little bit of... He's got the Skullwood's Big Key, doesn't need it. Yeah, Skele's got to go all the way down, come back up with blind. GFE just has to go down and is going to go straight down here with the skips. So maybe GFE pulls ahead here by a couple seconds. I don't know. It's going to be really close. Yeah, silvers are on the path here. It's the diver down left chest, so... He's got blind. Does GFE open the chest here? Yes. He's got silvers now too. But yep, Skele's on blind fight. The beach, I'm not sure I can make it. It's going to be really close, guys. Really, really close. GFE's got to pick up some more arrows. 2 hours, 21 minutes. Skele on the final phase of blind will go into GT with the advantage at Ganon is in Lost Woods. So Skele has the shorter walk. So yeah, this is gonna be close. It might be. It might really be advantage Skele here. All you gotta do is go up to the Thieves' Hideout, drop in here. That's where it's at. It's not over yet. Definitely not over yet. But GFE picking up his last crystal here at 222. Right behind. Does have a little bit more of a walk to get up here, but Skele's gonna slash that, fall in, and here's the big pig. We've got silver, we got silvers, we got butter sword. Skele on the phase 3. GFE coming in hot again in here. Last phase, Skele. He's got the silvers. He's got good position. 1, 2, 3. There we go. Astro Felipe, thanks for the raid. GG's everybody. Get your GG's in chat. Skele is going to hold on here. Take game 1, hand GFE his first loss of the entire tournament here. An official race time.gg time of 2:23:32. GFE though still going strong. Let's keep that energy up for GFE here on the Ganon fight. Really close time here. This is going to be a very close race between these two. After almost 2.5 hours, it's probably going to be within a minute. Oh, a little bit of a Ganon block there. That's okay. 1, 2, oh. One more. There we go. Get your GG's in chat for GFE. What a race. What a race. We get the Super Mario RPG fanfare to finish it off. Of course, with the Geno sprite. And GFE finishing second place right behind 2:24:34 official racetime.gg time. Woo! Alright. GG's in chat for both runners. Did you like that bow placement? I feel like that was a little bit silly. Is the run back tonight? Well, if you're on the East Coast, it sure is. It'll be 24 hours from the start of this race on game 2. And we'll see if these two want to come in here. They may not want to. They might want to. They might not want to. It's late. So yeah, game 2 between these two will be tomorrow night, Tuesday, or tonight for those of you on the East Coast. It'll be Tuesday, 10 p.m. Eastern. And if we can, we'll get them both in here. It will be Kabuki, so it'll be a lot quicker race than this one. But yeah, what a race between these two. I hope we can get them in here because I have some really fun questions to talk about with them. If they want to. Alright. Yeah, of course. Of course, I'd say make sure to follow both of our runners here, Skele Bro and GFE, two wonderfully talented runners here. That will be going at tomorrow for your enjoyment as well, in a slightly less hectic game mode. Kabuki's a fun game mode though. So yeah, right now, that's the only match. Tomorrow's rematch between these two. Game 2 is the only match that we have coming up. And then we have the Game 1 and Games 2 for Hayfield Bay versus Jammo in the quarters. That is also tentatively scheduled for Wednesday and Thursday.